Send it back.
That'll be very helpful because I do not have enough computer space.
Yeah, I barely have enough, but I'm about to get another drive soon, so that'll work.
I need a new computer. Okay, it seems like OBS has reconnected. Anyway, this paladin, as he activates his divine sense, and you ping him, he holds out a hand to these merchants and says, "Are you sure we should negotiate with those who consort with demons? We are the followers of Sega, after all."
Oh, you follow Sega also.
Okay, what is the actual puppet? Because I just imagined a tiny rat poking out of a frocket on Rowena's jacket saying this.
This puppet would be a kind of older looking man, a human male. Definitely has the string tattoos and glowing eyes, though.
Okay. They wouldn't be able to recognize what that means. But actually, you technically ping the celestial sense, and they look at you. Do you really worship
the goddess of cooking? Oh, yes.
Then why do you consort with this one who works with demons?
It's a weird relationship, I'll give you that. But, this is going to seem very weird to say, I've watched them spare more people as a demon than I have most other pirates.
Mass, do you want to... Actually, roll me a persuasion check. And Rowena...
Hey, not deception.
That's why I said persuasion. Just say, does Rowena add anything onto this? Because you are present and watching this guy...
Yeah,
he's not really
Rowena...
being racist because you literally consort with demons, but...
Yeah. Rowena just kind of smiles up at him and says, "And you think the gods have been so perfect in their ways and have never harmed a living soul?"
I speak not for all of the gods, but I speak for my own, who saved me and my mother and dozens other from the clutches of Illithid. And so I know Sega to be good and just.
Wait, did he say Illithid?
Yes, Illithid. You don't know what that is.
Oh, okay. Out of character, I know exactly what that is, but in character, I don't know what the fuck that is.
However, they say from the Underdark, so you're just like, okay, Underdark horror. Insert Underdark horror.
Oh, okay. So I think of it as like some ungodly, like, elder thing.
Yeah, it's some horrifying thing deep within the Underdark. Another one for you to try to not remember, because it's all traumatizing.
She just kind of looks up and goes, Underdark? What were you doing in the Underdark? That sounds awful.
We were prisoners.
You're an Illithid survivor then?
Yes. It is because she saved all of us that I and many others devote ourselves to her and the tenets that she puts forth.
Especially her amazing cooking.
The merchants nod solemnly.
Okay, well, here's the thing. I may be a little evil, but I'm not a monster, okay? And I don't just blindly follow anyone. I'll let your gods' actions speak for themselves. The gods that I've consorted with or attempted to consort with have all just been very disappointing and very brutal. But if your goddess is as amazing as she sounds, then I don't have any beef with her.
Wait, Rowena, have you not gone to Sega's restaurant yet?
No.
Oh, you are missing out.
And then she kind of looks over at the paladin with a smirk on her face and says, "You're a paladin of Sega. Cook something."
I don't look. I'm not gonna be offensive to him. I'm not trying, but his cooking will be nowhere near as good.
Of course not. And I also follow her tenets of protection and combat more than cooking.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
that's fair.
I was gonna say Sega also is for protection, which very clearly it seems this is the case.
Well, no, she was making a jab at him about, like, being a demon, and so she looks over and said, "Well, you're a paladin of cooking. Cook something." All right. Well, I don't have any qualms against your goddess, and I'd like to see this restaurant. So how about we take this off of our ship and well, we're on our ship now, right?
I was imagining you were actually in Flamehaven, like in one of your official like buildings that take care of like the taxes you were talking about.
Oh, well, she just kind of says, why don't we take this from Flamehaven and go to more friendly environment for you? And then ask Sasha nicely if she'd open the dimension door into the restaurant.
Look, I'll be honest with you, Chief. We're not getting into Sega's restaurant without, like, reservations.
Actually, if you remember, Sega's restaurants provide one free meal to every single person who come in, regardless of money, but you do have to actually pay for the better stuff, and it gets pretty expensive.
Yeah. And that's my point of, like, yeah, we're gonna need to, like, do that another time.
Oh, well.
If we want to properly treat people, we can properly treat them, but, like, that's something you announce ahead of time.
That's fair. I'm just kind of just, you know, just crosses her arms and just says, alright, well, case being said, you're a paladin. I made a pact of some sort that I will not disclose, but I do care about people to an extent. And yes, my town is very neutral. We allow everyone to come here. And she kind of fills him in on the fact that there are survivors from Maritka even living there. So she does have mercy.
With all of this, I will grant the advantage that I was going to grant from mass check to be a 20. And the paladin basically, like, is still uncertain, but then the merchants say, like, look, she is being considerate even after your, or, to be fair, valid accusations. She wishes to work with us. This is a neutral place. This is not a conflict between gods and demons. We are people working, and, like, they talk with him more, and they eventually get him to basically return to his bodyguard role and sit in the corner, you know, pouting, as negotiations take place, and it's a pretty standard conversation. Talking about, like, what are your tax rates, what do you allow, what do you not allow, like, can we see, like, some of your shipping manifestos to see, like, you know, what's going on, can we examine your docks, can, you know, we, select a place for our businesses to conduct, and, like, whether we need to buy a piece of land, or just stake a claim, yada yada, it's really standard business negotiations.
Mask definitely has a puppet, like, probably walking them around. While he sits in, like, a local... While he definitely is just sitting on, like... Nah, he's definitely just in his scroll being carried around right now, like a lazy fuck.
Alright, I'm just noting down that negotiations go smoothly, because I'm assuming, you know, Rowena just puts the more lawful hat on than the evil hat, and just talks business and setting things up, and things go smoothly, right?
Well, that's the thing, is she doesn't have any, like, she's very much fuck the gods, but at the same time, actions speak louder than words, and a god of cooking sounds intriguing.
I'll get us a reservation. We'll go there sometime.
Also, I want to point out,
I'm down.
This paladin talks about directly being saved by the god. Not like an angel.
Yeah, and that has some sway.
Not like literally saved by the god.
Yeah, and that has major sway with her, because she's very much like, seems a little bit more selfless than any other god that I've seen so far.
Mask definitely pulls him aside and talks about holy stuff with him. Like devotion and concordances and, like, you know, what are his prayers like and all that.
Roll me just a straight charisma check, and I'm gonna roll to see how unnerved this person is by you. They rolled a 1.
Let me... Charisma, you said?
Yeah, just a straight charisma, because it's more just your force of personality.
18 plus 3.
Okay, so this person's clearly a little unnerved by you, because you think he senses the kind of divine energy coming off of you, but because you're just talking about, like you were saying, like, prayer, devotion, what you do for your gods, what your prayers are like, yada yada. He loosens up, but you can tell that he's unnerved by you, but he still, maintains the polite conversation and, does talk about it. His name is Gestel, by the way. He proudly says that he is the son of the High Paladin of Sega, Trelna.
I am Mask, Azamar of Namir.
Oh. Well... Okay, they clearly just get really awkward with that, because they know who Namir is. Actually, hold on. I need to roll for them. Do they know who Namir is?
I also do worship other gods, of course. I do worship Sega. The food is very nice.
Well...
The protection aspect, not as much, but I still do worship it on some level.
They sort of sigh. We're working with pirates. We have to remember that. Well, you protect your own, and you were forthright in negotiations, so perhaps this will go smoothly and we will be able to establish ourselves properly here.
Indeed, maybe you guys can open a restaurant dedicated to Sega.
If she would, it would be a blessing to this town.
I do think so, yes. I'm always happy for some good business.
As are the merchants, as you look ahead and see, them squabbling about business stuff and talking with Rowena about business things, to just put it simply. So, Jose, are you back?
Guess not.
She is not again. At this point, well, I'll wait for her to get back because I don't want to have to repeat myself.
I definitely want to fuck with this guy at some level. So like,
what do you want to do?
Mask gets out of the scroll that's on this guy's back, and then looks at the puppet and takes its head off and starts messing with it and goes like, did not. Something on the neck movement isn't right on this one. He just walks out and picks up the person's head that he very much was talking to and thought was alive.
He just says, as should be expected of an Azamar of Namir.
Oh, sorry, yeah, you were having I was listening. This one's head wasn't on right. And then the puppet stands up straight and its head looks better. It was almost hunched over and it's not even meant to be that hunched. Sorry.
I think I need to return to my charges, and they waddle forth to get back to the people that they're designated to protect.
The old man puppet starts toning its voice and it goes okay, I'm better. I'm old.
Clade?
My name is Clade. I'm an old Clade puppet.
Let's be honest, he also did an excellent old man voice. Like, the fuck?
Clade's old man voice is very good. I agree. I don't know what this isn't the old man voice I normally use. I don't know what this one is.
Alright, now that you're back, Jose.
Yeah.
That is basically everything I had prepared for this aftermath. I had to do a little recap, talk about the immediate aftermath, going through mass coma, and some of the situations you have to take care of, and, duties that you have to attend to. With that, I open it to y'all. Are there any pirate lords you want to talk to? Specifically mention plans that y'all have, that y'all are going to be doing as a part of the next 600 years of downtime? I just opened the floor to y'all.
And who are all the pirate lords again? Because all I know are really
the pirate
like, or all I
lords
remember
are Kraltro, who is the Kraken guy, Terror,
Uh-huh.
who is, the tiefling lady you were talking to, Nihilus, the dragon who is your patron or was your sponsor, basically. There is King Shark. There
I'm
is...
feeling by this point Krabicus is not going to be the thing for too long.
Actually, Cirrus is only like a 5-year-old right now.
Oh, really? Oh, I was thinking we were 600 years in the future.
Yeah, no, not 600 years in the future. Krabicus, although, as Splitco mentions, he is soon to be overthrown, potentially. There is, Willie Bloatbrine, who is a jellyfish man who is in charge of smuggling operations, who is very good at what he does. There is, you. There is also, oh god, who else is there? I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Hold on. Oh, Redbeard, obviously.
Oh yeah, we brought him back to life, right?
Yes, Steve brought him back to life, correct.
Yes, yes.
Then there is Warsh Arvusk, who is the Wereshark Walrus Man. Oh god, hold on. I know I'm forgetting one, and I feel so stupid for not remembering who it is.
Oh, wasn't there like a mer dude or something? Like he had a merfolk with him that was whispering in his ear?
You might be right.
Because I remember that one, like, I don't remember the names at all, but remember when I rolled a nat 20 on, like, looking around at the very, very, very beginning of all this, when we went to go rescue, like, Redbeard and all that, there was, like, one dude that, like, they kept glancing over towards me, and then the one lady was, like, whispering in his ear, and then they were, like, talking back and forth while, like, looking over at me.
Oh, no, I did mention all of it. It's Kraltro, Nihilus, Warsh, King, Redbeard, Krabicus, you, because you replaced Locke, Willie Bloatbrine, and then Terror. Those are the Pirate Lords.
Maybe I'm thinking of Warsh or something then. Right?
No, Warsh's boys were just a bunch of walrus people who were loafing around on the side during the meeting.
Well, I, for one, would like to speak with Willie about his smuggling operations and see if we can make sort of an agreement when it comes to, why can I never remember the name of my city? Flame Haven? Flame Haven. And see if he can smuggle in some really hard-to-find items that people will go nuts over.
So basically, you will give him full access to Flame Haven for smuggling operations?
Not full access. Just kind of if he wants to open something on the side, I take a little bit of a percentage, give him that space, and I also pay him for his wares as well that he brings in. It might attract some more people to the town.
Oh, absolutely. He will graciously accept. Notably, when you're negotiating business with him, he is very sort of like, whatever. Like, if you set a term to it, he basically immediately agrees. If you try to, like, super fuck him over, he, like, will obviously negotiate down to something much more reasonable. But he's actually very easy to work with. He just, like, I want this space, and he's actually more... not necessarily far-reaching, but it's clear that the moment you offer him a opportunity in Flame Haven to expand his smuggling operations, he takes it and is immediately going with it. And he is just like, yeah, no, I want to do this. But otherwise, he's actually really easy to work with. Very lazy.
Yeah.
And yeah, that will give you more income because more people will come in.
Hog. And then, I have other stuff, but Mask, do you have anyone you're gonna do business with or anything?
Pirate lords, NPCs, things that you just want to be doing and you want me to write down. Slicko?
Yeah?
You got anything that anybody Mask wants to talk to, things they want to specifically do that you want me to note down specifically?
Mask wants to work on getting a Sega restaurant or church.
In Flamehaven?
In Flamehaven, yes.
See, here's the thing. Those are established literally by Sega. So, don't talk with me about it. Talk to Dart.
I'm more referring to like a restaurant dedicated to it.
I mean, if you want to...
Rowena will be okay with it, provided she gets to go eat at the restaurant first.
So basically, you just help fund the people who started their trade organization to help them build a proper church/restaurant?
Yeah. 100%.
Okay.
Mask definitely wants to also set up a workshop here, like a proper full workshop outside of, because he has his actual workshop on his scroll, so he doesn't need it, but he wants to set one up to show that he plans to have presence here.
So you set up a workshop in Flamehaven?
I'd like to set up a workshop, and then I would like to set up a church to Namir on some level. But you know what type of church I want to set up?
Hold on.
I want to set up a what is the word for it?
Okay. Is it a temple? Is it a shrine? Like, there's a lot of...
It is a theater.
And a theater of Namir?
A theater of Namir, where I have people put on puppet shows.
I actually really like that.
It is a thing. Because what other way to make people want to worship a god of that than actual literal puppet shows? It just seems like
that's actually
right
fantastic.
Way.
Do you make an overt symbol? Like, do you make it obvious that this is a theater of Namir? Or is it just a theater, and then in a back room with the puppets, you've got this big carved symbol enshrined to Namir?
You know what? It's probably both. There is probably an actual shrine, but also it is just deadass the theater of Namir, but it puts it in a really wholesome light, where it's, like, all about entertainment and, like, making people happy.
Okay. It is definitely slow to kick off, and here's the funny part. It starts kicking off because kids demand, or basically drag their parents into there because they want to see the funny puppet show. And so Mask will notice terrified parents, and children who are like, yay, puppets!
And their parents are like, oh my god, this is to a literal god of deception. Why?
Yeah, like,
why
literally,
is this here?
Every single adult who brings their kid in, like, there's a couple altercations that nearly happen, where you have to be like, no, I'm just here for the puppets! Totally. Because they're thinking there's something else going on here, because it's a theater of Namir.
Yeah, but it's just dead-ass a puppet show. There's actually no, like, evil plot. It is just a dead-ass puppet show.
The reason why I say this is because you overtly dedicate it to Namir, you quickly realize that this becomes a hallowed place, and you didn't cast the hallowed spell.
Oh shit! Wait, that means Rowena's not gonna have a good time coming over here sometimes.
Well, no, she knows because everything that gets built in Flamehaven is under her watch, but she will not go there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm more referring to the fact that it's hollowed ground now. Oh shit.
She accepts the church is being built there, but she doesn't like it. But she's at the same time like, be neutral. Be neutral. Be neutral.
Pulls in more business also.
I mean, whether you wanted it or not, a Church of Myrna was established in here.
Well, yeah, no, like,
obligated.
She's literally just sitting here like, okay, the restaurant and Church of Sega, that was, okay, it's there. But now...
Actually, wait, would my church be impossible for, Rowena to enter, or are they still able to
No, they can enter it, but their skin itches.
No, she will not even set foot near it because she does not trust a puppet master goddess.
You shouldn't, to be fair.
I mean, she's still, on some level, even though her and Terra are sisters now, does not trust Terra. So, like, yeah.
You also shouldn't.
Yeah.
You're working with a lot of people you really shouldn't trust.
I mean, you're working with someone you really shouldn't trust.
No, I know why I trust them, though, because they're very plain with what they're going to be doing.
Yeah, you can work with someone and not trust them, though.
That's the
Meanwhile,
funny part about
Steve
it.
in the background, the guy you hired, which is a chaos. By the way, do you kick Steve out?
No.
Actually, fuck. You went full devil. You don't see Steve for a while.
Oh, I don't?
Do you ever call for him specifically?
Yeah, probably at some point. If I don't, because that's the thing is like I've learned to, if I don't see him for a while, be like, Steve, because he's doing some sneaky shit.
He rises out of the shadows, and he doesn't have the smile on his face that he normally has. He has a frown. What?
What's the matter, Steve?
Happy.
What do you mean, what's the matter? You reek of law and hell.
Okay. I mean, you don't tend to smell too good yourself on most days. That's a little judgy, don't you think?
You know that's not what I'm talking about, Rowena. Notably, he refers to you as Captain most of the time.
Well, first and foremost, that's Captain Rowena to you. And secondly, I don't believe I promised anything to you. I was still discovering my own path.
Do not act like you do not know what I am and who I serve. I serve chaos! And sure, Zoth is irrevocably evil. I don't really have issue with your morality. It's the law that you reek of. I hate that more than the hell. Whatever. I know you are my captain. But you wanted me for the chaos that I brought and the powers that I bring. And you serve the law now. The law of hell.
I mean, I may serve the law of hell, but life in general is chaos.
I will be watching you, Captain. There is one I serve before you, and that is my God.
Well, if your loyalties lie more with your god, you're free to leave.
I will not leave yet, but I will be watching.
Well, what are your goals of staying here? If your god is leading you into a path of exponential growth and more chaos, which you so cling to, what is your purpose in staying here? What do you hope to glean from me, which is, who's so lawful?
The pipes hold the answers I seek.
She just kind of shrugs and says, all right, very well, but if you take one step in the wrong direction...
I will never fight against you, nor your crew. I will not sabotage nor undermine. I still have a loyalty to my captain. However, if I disappear, I won't be coming back. It would be a shame. I've had fun serving with you. Just there, he pinches his nose. You just reek of law. No, he seems to have way more problem with the law part than the hell part.
That's fair. And then she said, well, I mean, if you'd rather serve Mask, and she kind of points over to him as he's tinkering with a human puppet. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's pretty chaotic.
I'm still chaotic neutral.
Wait, you're chaotic neutral with the shit you've been saying? I thought you were chaotic evil.
No. I'm just after my own interest. I'm not, you can be neutral and still do evil shit. Same way you could be neutral and still do good shit.
Yeah, but there's doing evil shit and then there's
Effectively
I'm going to go
people.
one step farther and slaughter their families,
Yeah, it's
edgy
called
shit.
being an effective threat.
I don't know, that's pretty evil. Just saying. That, like, skirts the border, but you do you. But either way, you're chaotic, so I kind of point over to Mask. But, I don't know. I don't know if he'll want you to serve under him.
We shall see.
Alright.
Mask, anything other than the workshop and the theater?
Shop theater, let's see.
Anybody you want to talk to?
I want to start training. I want to find someone, start training them in puppetry.
All right.
And he will either find a kid who seems promising, or he will ask Hayes if he can get another goblin from the heaps.
I mean, you can also take your own ship to the scrapyard.
Yeah, actually, that's true. I take my own personal ship, and then I head to the scrapyard.
So you go... Okay, training podium from the junkyard.
Yeah.
Well, dang. Got that.
Find a goblin that... I find a goblin that doesn't blow itself up and go, alright, that's the smartest one here.
No, see, the smartest ones are the ones who can blow themselves up and then get back up. But yeah, no, you find somebody from the junkyard. It might not have even been a goblin. There are technically other races, although it is a goblinoid majority.
I don't care if it's goblin or not.
Yeah, it's somebody from the junkyard.
Yeah.
We'll see how successful that is. Rowena, anybody else you want to talk to? Things you want to do or set up?
Wanted to check in with Redbeard and King Shark.
King is a shark. He because he was part of the breach force, he did lose a decent chunk of his crew. Although, of all of the crews, King's is the one where there is the most death in replacement, I'll be honest. It reflects his ships that he is constantly repairing as well, as his crew has a constant in and out. King is doing fine. In fact, he is doing great after eating so many mariners and angels after the siege of after the murder of Maritka. But you wanted to talk to Redbeard?
Oh, sorry, I wasn't holding the button. I was talking, but I forgot I was pushed to talk. Yeah, I'm just gonna, like, check in on him, have a few drinks, and then show him that cool little, like, trick now with the little Aquan band that, I got from Hayes, so I can speak Aquan without gargling water.
He is actually an excellent conversationalist when he's speaking in a language that he can, speak more of.
And also bring Prince to see him as well and show him, like, he's gotten stronger.
They have an arm wrestling match of which Prince gets destroyed, but of course. But King still is like, good job, you're getting better. I didn't break your arm that time.
Alright, we say our farewells and everything, and then, yeah, I go to Redbeard.
Okay, so... Redbeard has been spending a lot of time in bars. And, like, when you find him, he's got, like, a jug of, like, the XXX moonshine jug, a joint, and you think that's a heroin needle? Like, he is... But even still, with all of those drugs, he just looks... He's got this hollow, sad look in his eyes.
Whoa. She goes to say something, but kind of just, like, clears her throat and walks over and orders a drink and sits next to him at the bar.
He gives a look of acknowledgement but doesn't say anything.
She kind of looks over at him and says, "So it's been some time now since, the incident. You want to talk about it? I know you've confided in me before."
Redbeard finishes his drink, puts it down. Do you know how many centuries I fought Maritka?
Probably longer than I've been alive times 3.
At least. And now, they're all dead. And what do I get? One of the most painful resurrections I've ever experienced. The betrayal of my closest friend. All of my crew is dead. And now I just have a hollow feeling in my soul as he gestures for the bartender to get him another drink.
Yeah. And I think you lost a lot more than anyone else, if I'm being honest. Especially from the sound of it.
The only ones who lost more than me, and his eyes grow cold, are those that lie dead in a ruined city now.
Well, your goal was to kill Maritka. And we succeeded, but at a really big cost. You've lived for centuries, you've said. And that tells me you'll be living for centuries more. So I get you need some time to yourself to heal up, but are you just gonna be here the rest of your life? Or do you have other plans?
I don't know. I was so consumed by hate for so long. He takes a knife and he just, cuts all along his arm as blood just flows out. The only thing that calls to me is a call of the blood. But I'm not sure where to go for it, as you watch his arm just knit itself back together.
The call of the blood. So you're being pulled to do something else.
I wouldn't say that. It's more that there were secrets left unfound in those temples. But I don't know where to go to properly delve into those secrets. I don't know if I'd be even able to find that temple again.
Okay, so out of character. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
He's speaking about something you don't really have information on. Let me be clear.
Oh, I thought he was talking about one of the temples at Maritka.
No. He's above game. He's talking about Yanti temples, but he's being vague in game because he doesn't expect people to know. So he just says those temples. But he continues, I don't know what to do. Consumed so long, and now they're dead. And yet I remain a pirate lord of Bloodbath Bay. They just stare into their drink.
Well, look, if you'd care to tell me more about these temples, if that means a lot to you, I can set about trying to research it and see if I can find anything that I can get back to you about. My crew, by now, we've been through the pipes and back several times now.
Oh, there will be nothing in the pipes for what I desire. You could go in every library on this planet and you wouldn't find the information I'm looking for. Hence my problem. I don't know where to go. I mean, I could just mindlessly wander about the jungles for years and try to find something. But I have no idea. None at all.
Seems like he needs to talk to someone else. What he wants.
Yeah, this guy fucking needs therapy.
Yeah, Rowan is just sitting there like, I got a lot of wisdom, but I don't got enough for this. And she kind of just, gives him a pat on the shoulder and says, well, yeah, this is really hard, and I'm gonna leave you be for now, but I'm gonna be back, and next time I'll be bringing Mask and some people to join you. Shouldn't be alone right now.
They just sigh, drink.
Kind of just nods and walks away, leaves him be.
Anything else Rowena wants to do? Anything else either of you want to do?
Mask definitely asks Hayes to make him a new weapon. A new enchanted weapon. Or his, one of his new puppets.
The Warframe.
Yeah. He wants Hayes to make a weapon that is just a bunch of strings. So, like, almost like whips of some sort.
You want to have the Walter from Hellsing Ultimate. Got it.
Yeah, that's a good one. I forgot about that. Yeah, he wants a bunch of just multicolored strings or ones that like change colors for his like new Warframe.
All right, you'll have a decked as fuck out Warframe when we next come back to these characters.
Yeah, he's decking out his Warframe, which I am not decided if the Warframe is going to be a giant monster or a person yet.
What's the difference? Haha.
Something with hands. I know that much. Or tentacle hands. Ooh, tentacle hands.
Also, Rowena also wants to commission something from Hayes, if possible. And this would probably be something very expensive. She would like to upgrade the ship to have a sort of... It's a little complex, but... Huh?
I want to add that the first time both you and Mask approach, for the first time, that you set off way more traps than you're used to. Or way more alerts from the front gate than you used to. Because a celestial energy and a demonic energy start approaching, and the tower goes into step the fuck back mode, step the fuck back mode.
Hayes Prime coming to the front door like, the fuck is happening? Oh, it's just these two assholes.
Oh, it's these two chuckle fucks. What the fuck did you guys do? But yeah, that definitely happens when you see Hayes for the first time again.
Yeah, we'll probably have another long argument in front of her that she'll probably silence both of us, like put us in our own individual cone of silence till we're ready to be adult.
Mask does not care that you are a demon. He really does not. Like, I will say that very clearly. Mask does not care. He only cares if you start bringing it up in a way of like, well, at least I chose being a demon, it's better. Then Mask is like, alright, well, whatever. I don't want to hear you saying you're better than me. because you chose a different path.
It's not better. It's just different a little bit. Both are equally as like.
Kids, you're both
Clampy,
equally
though.
shitty.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Mask knows he's shitty. He just doesn't want to hear other people grandstand about why their choice is better. He's just like, I don't care. You just don't care.
But anyways, though, I'd like to commission Hayes to make a little add-on to the ship that would, well, it'd technically be two different add-ons, but the one would be a full-on invisibility spell that, you know, we could turn on and off at will, or if in combat, like, you know, obviously it would go off. But the other thing would be that only crew members that are kind of magically registered to the ship would be able to see the ship.
You're basically
Or
asking
at least
for the
when the
invisibility.
invisibility.
Above game,
Huh?
you're just asking for the enchantments that Hayes has put on Willie's ships, because Willie has
Oh.
ships that can go invisible, but the crew can still actually operate on it. So you're not actually asking for something that is unknown. This is something that she has done before.
Yeah, this is
Oh.
a thing Hayes has actively done.
I didn't realize that. Okay.
Yeah, this is what Willie got for his enchantment.
Yeah, he's got like nearly 10 ships with this enchantment.
Yeah.
There's a reason why he's really good at being a smuggler.
Yeah.
I also really want an enchantment added as a secondary to, I forgot what the spell is, but there's a spell that like generates fog or something. It's
Fog
like misty
cloud?
terrain. Is it misty terrain? Oh, maybe it's fog cloud. But in this case, it would just be kind of a mist versus fog. It's more
Oh.
just for intimidation factor. But every time it comes out of the invisibility, it'll be like black pearl levels of intimidation.
Hayes does
With the
blatantly
mist.
say that she will not enchant anything that you're going to decorate in either a holy or unholy manner.
I mean, I was gonna decorate it in a pirate manner.
So if you're gonna put like a giant shrine with the enchantment, she blatantly goes, "I'm not doing that."
I mean,
doesn't sound like she
I don't
wants
think
that,
it'd
though.
be. Yeah, I never even said I
that's
wanted
just
it.
what Hayes is saying as a statement before any of it. It's like don't mix me with y'all's voodoo. I don't want none of that voodoo.
Also, fun fact, because I totally forgot to mention this, because Rowena has been a pirate lord for long enough and has properly initiated herself, you learn about the secret pirate hideout.
Oh no, you mentioned it.
I did?
Yeah.
I did mention the thing over here. That's the,
Yes.
the secret
Yeah.
pirate. I did? Okay,
I went there before.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah,
I
I had a meeting at some point. I don't remember with who, but I took them over to that area and we all like sat down and had a meeting together at some point. I don't remember when, but it happened.
I totally forgot about this. Well, I'm glad you know.
Yeah. And then like the very last thing I think would be to check in with Kroltro.
The invisibility will cost you. Yes.
Like how much?
It's
Yes.
it takes you a couple of years of like going through the pipes because you still have, you know, crew costs, maintenance costs, other magical items that you want and whatnot.
What about taxation added on it too?
Yeah, I'm factoring
From-
that in. Yeah, and you also have
Okay.
upkeeps that you need to have in Flamehaven that are taking the tax money. Like you have a lot
Hayes puts you
of
on her Walmart payment plan.
Oh my
like,
god.
Here is your payment plan because you're not going to be able to pay for this all off at once. Because you're not a fucking dragon who's hoarded that much money.
Oh, Willie is still paying off the last of his enchantments, probably.
Yeah.
Like, he's definitely paid off most of them because he's a smuggler, and he's paid off more of it through, like, oh, here's a cool item. Or, like,
Yeah.
oh, you needed a bunch of things. Actually, probably because you told him to get you a lot of stuff for the ritual, the soul heist.
Yeah, he
he
paid
probably
his stuff off.
he probably paid his stuff off during that.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, you're just gonna enter a payment plan like the rest of the Pirate Lords. It's okay. I understand. You'll make me money back over time. I know how this works.
Although, because it's only one ship, it only takes you like a couple of years of going through the pipes before you actually have enough to pay her off. So, it doesn't actually take that long.
Sweet.
But yeah, with this, a new Pirate Lord has been fully cemented. Maritka has died, and the pirates rule the seas of Sarathos. Actually, wait, hold on, before I go on an outro, you wanted to talk to Kraltro, right?
Oh, yeah, just to check in with him and kind of go over things as a new pirate lord, I guess.
Is there something specific he wants? Because like he can give you like congratulations, and you survived, you did your job during the siege, you did it well. Casualties weren't as bad as they could have been.
Sure. It's one of those things I don't think Rowena's happy that she got her crew out okay and that she saved the civilians as best as possible, but she feels like it's not something that deserves celebration for necessarily.
Actually, he will comment on it. No, celebrate that your crew lives. Take pride in protecting them. They are your hands on the sea.
Oh, absolutely. That's about the only thing I'm celebrating at this point in time. But I have grown and learned a lot, I believe. As new as I am to things.
And yet, I suspect you will become a great pirate lord.
I'll definitely do my best.
Do not disappoint me.
I won't. Speaking of which, our very first encounter led us to going after Redbeard and saving him from Maritka Navy. Are there any matters of business to attend to now that you're looking forward to, just taking care of? I know with the Navy gone, we're no longer having a big war, but is there any threats that we may be facing in the near future?
Threats that we shall face are the threats that the world faces. So it is foolish to dwell on them extensively. Although, soon, I shall set my sights beyond the seas of Sarathos. But that is for another time, when we have recovered from our losses.
Very well. I was just going to say that if there's anything you needed me to take care of, let me know. I'd be more than happy to.
Take care of yourself and your crew. That is all that I wish.
Dragon.
I will do. She kind of gives him a bow and then leaves.
Yes, Blicko?
Mask hands Kraltro a message from Hayes.
What does this message entail?
It is just business related, but also it would definitely start mentioning the Abyss more, and wanting to talk to Kraltro about things that Hayes would like to work on.
You get a vague message back of, what do you think I'm doing in the deep so fucking often?
No, and that's Hayes' point of like, yeah, and I think I might have some things to help with that.
In which case, he eagerly will agree, and he will remind, I will probably, well, let's hope I don't have to cash my favor in to get what I want. But there may be things that develop soon. But yeah, he will work with you on things to combat the Abyss.
The one thing demons and angels get along with.
Fuck
you, Abyss.
the Abyss.
Abyss. Yeah.
That's what everybody agrees on.
It's the one thing we all agree on. Fuck the Abyss.
So
All
if I
my
would
homies
have
save the Abyss.
if I would have followed along with what Steve was trying to, I guess, goad me into I would have been part of the Abyss.
No,
No.
Steve does not like the Abyss.
No, Steve hates the Abyss.
No.
Oh, okay. What's the difference between
Everyone-
like the Elder stuff and the Abyssal
Okay.
stuff?
All my homies hate the Abyss.
Okay, hold on. Eldritch Abomination shit is separate from the Abyss. The Illithid, yeah, they are spooky little squid boys from below the surface of the earth. And
Shit on the Abyss.
very much dive into the Eldritch Horror level. Even they hate the Abyss. Because here's the thing. The Abyss seeks to destroy all that is. Indiscriminately.
So it's just essentially a group of entities that serve as black holes.
Yeah, basically. They are a useful narrative tool being an objective evil that the entire world can fight against.
Okay. Cool. Like, what sort of monsters are in the Abyss or creatures?
Oh, for some
Let
reason
me-
there's
let me
this
s-
turtle.
Let me put a picture into Wheel.
Okay. Because, like,
There's
I
this
can't...
quirky
I'm-
little turtle there that we know.
Yeah, because I'm having trouble separating Abyssal from Eldritch right now in my head.
Those terms can be very synonymously used, so I'm not surprised. This is an Abyssal Lord.
Okay, it kind of looks like a mixture between Eldritch and Demonic in a way. That's weird. Okay.
Where's the other art? I totally forget what this motherfucker's name was. Oh, this guy. Yeah, they are basically demons, I'll be honest. But they have
But, like, they're not.
they have a much different purpose than hell and a much different goal.
Okay. Also, I don't know why I find that guy cute. Like, he's just so cute. Demonically cute.
But yeah, all my homies hate the Abyss. They really do be like that.
That's fair.
Come on, I want to try to find this last art because this art is sick as fuck.
Ooh, there is something else I do want to take care of, though.
What?
So, add a character.
Found it.
Ooh, let me see. Oh. That's really cool.
I had a bad thought when I saw that thing.
Yes, you did.
Oh yeah.
Forbidden Fleshlight.
Oh, you monster, yeah. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, that's a forbidden fleshlight. That's cursed.
I think we all had that same thought.
Yep.
I wasn't saying anything.
We are all broken.
We are all awful people.
The first word that came to my mind was just bussy.
Now!
Anywho, out of character, was Maritka fully destroyed, or is it more like everything there was killed and then the
Maritka?
town is still kind of there?
Is a ruin.
Okay, it's
I am actually going to need to. I'm delaying doing this right now because there's a lot of updates I need to make. But Maritka, that's gonna get deleted, and I'm gonna put a ruin in this spot. As now, the only thing above the completely decimated town of Maritka is a single, giant, hateful burning light that is Flood. Which, by the way, if you wanted to know what's happening with her, you confer with dragon people. She's hibernating.
I've been deadly curious, yeah. But no one's gonna fuck with Flood in that state.
And 1,000 years from now, she will emerge.
Wait, she's hibernating currently.
Yep, to turn into an ancient that is infused with hateful divine energy.
But aren't they the most vulnerable in their hibernation, which is why they need something to protect them?
Well, yeah, you would be. And technically she is to certain energies. But
But also, she had 100 hate angels shoved into her.
it was more than 100.
So I feel like she's probably protected by those things.
It is literally so intense of a light that a commoner would be incinerated if they were within like 300 feet of the source of the light.
She also might not have a choice in hibernation.
Yeah, she didn't.
I had a feeling. I was like, pretty sure Flood would have preferred other circumstances, but...
But she murdered part of a town and then killed Galil, and then you gave yourself to the puppet master to try and save yourself, and she was like, "Ooh, this would be funny." Shoves thousands of hate angels in.
I did what I wanted. I did what I set out to do. I saved my crew.
Yep.
So, I guess the last thing would be she would go to Nihilus and confer with Nihilus about, like, just kind of fill her in on everything, see how she's doing, and then also... Oh wait, when does Nihilus go into hibernation?
So it's about 50 years after the murder of Maritka. Because when you go and check on her, her forces took a lot of some really heavy hits. Because she has the largest fleet, and thus a lot of the ground troops of hers were involved in the siege, and they are typically less skilled than the like specialist groups that are kings or terrors people. So she currently, like for the next 50 years, is busy building back her fleet, and recruitment is pretty low for her, if we're being frank. So she is busy repairing ships, repairing people, building new ships, and basically taking over a lot of the trade that's going to happen, because her ships are going to be the ones that are protecting merchants. Although, you're the one that's putting people through the pipes, because that's where the real money's at. And she will even tell you, like, I am preparing to hibernate. So I'm taking the time to set my fleet to be able to be self-sufficient, which it basically already is. And then I will be taking the necessary preparations to slumber for 1,000 years. And she will say, I hope I see you when I wake back up.
Likewise.
And she pointedly talks to Aurelia, and you must be one of the most glorious elders I have ever seen. To which Aurelia will basically do a draconic salute and say, yes, ma'am.
Well, on that note, then, she's not going to bother Nihilus with it, but... Is there... Is there, kind of a designated spot where a lot of dragons live? Like, a roost for them, or whatever?
Not on this continent. So, there probably is one. I don't know of it. And the only other one that I legitimately know of is on Rune.
Yeah, I know where one is.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the only dragon roost I know of is the city of Source on Rune. Which, you're not going there, because that's a different planet.
Oh, no, because I thought you said, there were dragon nests, in Maritka, but they got them all out, so they, traveled planes.
Well, literal, a dragon nest that had a few eggs. It wasn't a bunch of them.
Oh.
It was definitely a dragon haven that exists, though, but,
I want to try and track it down.
Oh God.
Which one? I assume you're not talking about the one in Rune?
No, I don't even know anything about Rune.
So you want to track down the eggs that were sent away from Maritka?
Yeah, because usually where there's eggs, there's more, dragons to guard them, but depending on what I find.
Okay, I'll note that down and I'll get back to you on that. Maybe.
Okie dokie.
Yeah,
because essentially, Rowena's ultimate goal is she knows that Flood is hibernating, and they've got a long period of time, but at the same time, she doesn't want to let Flood come out of hibernation necessarily because it might be too much for the world to handle.
Smile. I mean, you got a good point. With that, final call. Any last conversations y'all want to have? Things you want to do? Things you want to say that you're setting up?
Is there anything else Mask needs to worry about right now? He's finding his new obsession, which he might channel. He's definitely trying to get his Puppet Master follower to worship Mimir, obviously. What else do I need to set up? No, I think I'm good. I think that's everything.
Jose?
Nope, that's all for me.
Alright, then. As we leave this tale of the Bloodbath Bay Buccaneers, we have seen them do much. We have seen them hunt down a traitor and bring their head to Kraltro. We have seen them break into a maximal security magical prison and release a terrorist, a pirate lord, and an elder black dragon. We have seen them kick off the siege of Maritka and assist in the downfall of a city. And now, as they recuperate themselves and gather themselves to go forth into the world, establishing themselves properly as pirate lords, as a formidable magical, physical, and economical threat. We leave our tale here, and we'll pick up with them at an unknown point in the future, as we see what happens with the greater world. But with that, goodbye, Internet!
Bye!
Fuck you, chat.